Hi everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at an institution that shone brightly but briefly, and for a certain demographic of Australians may remember it. They might not remember the name, but certainly the tagline of 27 big locations across the western suburbs may ring a bell. Between the late 80s and the early 90s, the institution, Chanelle's Institut de Beauty, was everywhere. And oh my wordy lordy, yes, those provocative signs certainly provided plenty of talking points. It was an interesting strategy. Across their many locations, and fun fact, they did actually expand to 31 locations before things took a turn for the worse. But each of their institute locations had these rather provocative, tall plastic legs sticking out of the sign. And what was really interesting is that Chanelle's Institute of Beauty didn't just offer, as the name would suggest, beauty treatment and advice, but there are a variety of other services, and to assist with that, a shape or object denoting what they were offering would be plonked between the two legs to ensure that if you wanted that particular service, you would go to a very specific store. Beyond the beauty treatments that were on offer, they offered other services such as dating and mating, acupuncture, very early examples of plastic surgery, and even some quite radical body surgery as well. Now, unfortunately, the good times did not last, and in the early 90s, three big factors contributed to the fall of the House of Chanelle. One was the economic recession of the 90s, the recession that we were told we had to have. There was a public scandal involving one of Chanelle's products. Their wax removal product turned out to be not the best quality product, and so there were some side effects there, but also a long and public legal battle by executive assistant Mei Ling, who took Chanelle to court regarding workplace exploitation. She ultimately won the court case. With all of this bad publicity, sadly, Chanelle's Institute of Beauty just no longer exists. Most of the stores have since been dismantled and the buildings reconditioned for other uses. And we really don't know much about what's happened to the key players. We suspect that after Mei Ling's legal victory and with her winnings, she then reinvested the money and became a property investor across Sydney and is now living a life of luxury. It is suspected that Chanelle may have shacked up with an underwear model by the name of Simon, and then to escape her convictions, she went off to Mallorca, where she was neighbours with Christopher Skase. These are just rumours, nothing has been substantiated yet, but that is potential what has happened to Chanelle. In terms of retracing steps or finding out any remains of the Institute, as you can see, most are just ruins, but online preserved are some very interesting interviews done on a morning talk show. There was one called Morning Glory, and there was another more famous one referred to as Chanelle's Beauty Spot. Those interviews, you can see Chanelle for herself, and you can, my wordy lordy, yes, understand just the wide variety of products and strategies that they had on offer. So for those who want to revisit an institution of the late 80s, early 90s, then by all means, do check out those clips and revisit Chanelle's Institute de Beauty.